Hi again. I'm actually in the car, mostly by myself. I have two of my kitties with me. I am driving home to go winterize my house because I will be in my parents' house for probably the next 3 or 4 months, probably through the end of snow, because I don't know that my dad will be able to plow their driveway and take care of the maintenance, Mom and him. So I'm moving with my parents for a few more months. I'm driving to New Hampshire to, like I said, winterize the house. Dad's doing sort of better, sort of not. Right now we're dealing with some kind of, I don't know if it's a tape irritation or patch or bandage irritation to his backside wound. He did still test positive for MRSA and Pseudomonas aeruginosa. He's on a second round of antibiotics. One is different than the first round. It's something sulfa. We go on the 21st for another test to see if he still has the infection in his wound, but I can tell you by the look of the inside of the wound and the gauze that comes out of the tunneling and undermining of the wound, it's still there at this point. MRSA and Pseudomonas aeruginosa are extremely hard to eradicate, so that's fun. We just had a remote wound consult, and they want to change up everything that we're doing, which is frustrating because, pictures don't really do it justice, but from Friday or Thursday when the nurse was here to over the weekend, we have something else going on his hiney, whether it's breakdown of the skin or what, I don't know. So the nurse comes tomorrow, of course, while I will be in New Hampshire at my house. So I'm going to have to video conference him for that. So we have taken a couple trips out. We've been to the doctor a couple of times. We actually went to go shopping, and he went out. It is a process to get him out of the house. He's still going to be with a walker for a while yet. His blood pressure all of a sudden drops. It'll be fine 1 minute, and then the next second it's dropped 20 points, and he's wobbly and ready to actively fall. His blood sugars are very controlled right now. I've had a couple high ones, I think, because he's still fighting the infection and whatever else is going on with his bum. So we've had some higher sugars. So it's a constant battle. I mean, between giving him enough food and enough protein and making sure he's also on a low sodium diet, so we have to keep him to 2,000 milligrams of sodium every day. We have to make sure that he drinks enough water because he had 2 stents put in his heart, but we can't have too much water. We're fighting dehydration on a daily basis. We are now fighting constipation, which this is twice in the last couple weeks, where it's been almost a week before he has bowel movement. That is not unheard of for him. However, up to the last 2 weeks, we had him at a 2 or 3 day schedule. I'm not sure what's changing with his body. We had a meeting with an endocrinologist virtually, who wants to do a bunch of tests to help regulate his blood sugars and be more effective. Not just that, but she also wants to test his adrenal glands and his kidneys, which is standard for diabetic, his sodium levels, and in all the years that my dad has been a diabetic, he's never seen an endocrinologist, which is unbelievable for me. His primary cares or his VA care primary physicians have always taken care of it with either a clinical pharmacist or a nurse practitioner. I don't recommend that as a diabetic myself. I've seen an endocrinologist from the first moment that I was diagnosed as having it, having diabetes, and have been in a continuous care with an endocrinologist. I don't understand that. We are getting an appointment with a neurologist to see if what the dementia, or whether it's dementia or PSP, which is progressive supranuclear palsy, see if that's what that is. Hopefully get to the cardiologist as well for a follow-up from his surgeries from December and January 24 and 25. It's a lot. I also need to get my mom into some healthcare appointments, because, she's exhausted. She is working super hard, killing herself, trying to take care of him. I'm tired. My sister is working on taking FMLA so that she can contribute more time to help us, which is fantastic. I mean, we actually got more sleep last week than we've gotten in months. It's a lot. That's an update. I did actually sell something on eBay. It was a pair of size 11 women's shoes that sold for $18, and I was super happy to get it. I bought them for $1 retail arbitrage, so super happy about that. I mean, I'm not used to only one sale, but it is what it is. I only have 152 listings up right now. I fully expect, hopefully as time allows, that I can put more listings up. If anybody has any suggestions on, no sleep and listing, all ears. If anybody has any ideas about anything, sleeping better would be great. But that's really what's going on right now. Short and sweet. We're all still alive. We're all tired, and emotions run high, and I'm not the easiest person to deal with, nor is my dad, nor is my mom. We all have very strong personalities, so that's fun. I love my parents very, very much. And we have fun also. There's just so much. There's just so much. If you've taken care of your family member or parents, any coping tools, husband, spouse, whatever, any coping tools would be amazing. We live on dry erase boards for communication, because between being overtired and, two parents with memory issues, dry erase boards are with charts and graphs and all that good stuff, or how we communicate. Pictures daily of wound care and the boards, so that we can relay to the doctors accurate information. It's a lot, but we've had some fun times too. Like I said, we went on a shopping trip, and Dad walked around at Martin's, which is a kind of a retail. They get closeouts and stuff like that, and then they resell them. And he walked around great. We went through the tool section, which I love tools. I enjoy all that, that guy stuff. And I just walked with him. He was in with his rolly cart, his handy cart, whatever you want to call it, and walked around just great. And then it was like, I don't know, we were 20 minutes walking around, and then all of a sudden you could just see, his eyes get glassy, and you could tell his blood pressure was getting ready to drop, and he was tired. So we, got him out I pulled the car up, I got him out to the door, had him sit on his rolly cart, which has a little seat in it, which is fantastic. Had him sit there, and then we got him into the car, and then he waited for another 15 minutes while Mom finished shopping, and we got checked out, got the car loaded. We went out to dinner, which was awesome. To at Governor's, and it was fish fry night, so it was Friday, and I thought for sure Dad would get fish fry, and of course my mom's like, oh, you can have whatever you want, and even though he's on low sodium diabetic diet, he's pulling our leg going, oh, I'm gonna get the pumpkin spice bread pudding, which is like so full of sugar and ice cream, and then he ends up getting, up in Maine, I don't know if anybody else has this, but up in Maine they have these red hot dogs, weird looking, but he and my brother really enjoy them, and that's what he decided to have with French fries. And halfway through he's like, why did I decide to get this? And we're like, we have no idea, that was your call. But yeah, so that was kind of funny. They have really good coffee there, so we got the coffee. That was awesome. It was nice because Mom and I didn't have to try to figure out yet another meal. He had low sodium, everything all morning up to that point. And so it was okay. I mean, it was, you spend your sodium points smartly so that he can do something like that. But yeah, so we had a nice time. It was fun. Yeah, but it's my life right now, and that's okay. I'm enjoying it. I do enjoy being around him. He's got some funny habits though. He's definitely a scab picker. Ugh, drive me nuts. But the poor guy, his bum is itchy from the wound, and now it's itchy from whatever reaction he's having, and we try to keep his hands out of it. It's really hard. I mean, he gets really angry when we remind him to keep his hands out of it, because he just, it feels like we're nagging him every second. He just doesn't remember that, we had this conversation about why it's really important to keep your hands out of there. But yeah, it's a challenge, but I know when I look back on this time years from now, hopefully many, many years from now, that I'll have done everything I possibly could to take care of my family, my parents. But yeah, so I'm headed to New Hampshire to get my winter clothes, because it's pretty cold today. It's been in the 40s. Today, right now, it's about 53 degrees at 12:30 in the afternoon. So it's getting there. I need a winter coat. I need my flannel lined pants, and some heavy wool socks would be nice. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we're doing. Had one sale, like I said. Just doing what we gotta do and trying not to go insane doing it. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.